Hi everyone. Let's talk about this natural immunity and why the governing body didn't even advocate it. Because they certainly advocated the vaccine. We saw all those videos, didn't we, where they were telling everybody to get vaccinated. That was one thing that really did annoy me. Why they didn't look at what I could see. I'm not anything special. I'm not spirit directed. I'm not going to heaven. I know where I'm going. There is no special place for me. But they profess to be spirit directed. Okay, they're not saying they're anointed as such, but they say they're spirit directed. And not one of the governing body members, or the helpers, or any of them stood up and said, let's explore natural immunity as being equal to any vaccine. And that just tells me that they was very much influenced by the World Health Organization, Anthony Fauci, or in this country, Chris Whitty. And instead of stepping back and looking at the bigger picture and deciding that we at least should be looking at natural immunity, which they never did. And I do find that very, very surprising and very disheartening, extremely so. So, if I, who is nobody of no sort of special destination, I could see that the vaccine seemed iffy from the start, and obviously now we're being proven right because it does turn out now that the natural immunity is certainly, at least on an equal plateau to any vaccine. I was talking to my mother about this yesterday, and she's saying that people are still getting sick, those that have had the vaccine. Now, my mum's only had two, and after that, she says, that's it, I'm not having any more. And I said to her yesterday, I says, why didn't they explore natural immunity? Because now it turns out that that is quite successful in fighting any virus. And that's the way I've lived my life. I've always been a bit shy to go to any doctor, and it took me quite a lot of courage to go and get this operation on for my hernia. But at the end of the day, I didn't have any choice. If I'd have left it any longer, it could have killed me. But under normal circumstances, I tend not to go to the doctor. So if I do get a flu or any virus, I always rely on my God-given natural immunity. So I thank and praise God for that, for giving us a body that can do that. And I don't readily accept the word of a doctor. Sometimes a doctor will tell me something, and this has happened in the past, and I've not accepted it. I've said, well, that's just your opinion. Okay, you might be trained, you've taken all your exams, and you sat there as a doctor, but at the same time, that's just your opinion. And that makes me skeptical. And I'm glad at the start of COVID, the start of this pandemic, I'm glad I was skeptical, and I'm glad I looked into the World Health Organization, and I'm glad I looked into Anthony Fauci, and I found out about his previous disasters on HIV. I'm glad I looked into all of them, because then it made me so completely sure that I do not need to take any man-made vaccine. And the surprising thing about this is why the governing body couldn't see what I could see. And yet I'm nobody special. Nothing special whatsoever. And they are spirit directed. But they could not see that natural immunity was every bit as good as any vaccine. That's a hard one, isn't it, to accept? Extremely so for me. Maybe you guys might have an answer for this, but I certainly don't. All I can think of is They couldn't have been spirit directed.